Who's here to buy anything? Anybody here? Anybody want to buy anything here today? Good. I don't want to buy anything either. I'm not here to sell anything at all, other than this idea that you have more opportunities around you probably than you could possibly handle. Do you believe that right now? Really? Do you believe that? Because sometimes people don't. Sometimes people, gosh, man, I hear that stuff when I hear motivational speeches. All this opportunity, right? All these people getting checks in the mail, they just thought about it, a check appearing, and boom, there it was. Life should be easy. Why isn't it easy for me, right? Where's all the free stuff? Well, there isn't any. There isn't any. It'll never happen that way. It's always strategic, smart working that produces what you want. So just a quick question, because I only have 20 minutes today to kind of talk about my take on success in networking and referral relationships and how they've changed my life and how I've been helping change the lives of other folks doing it. But I also, at that same exact time, want to share with you some personal stories about my journey in networking and how it can also affect you with what you're doing with your business. This idea of opportunities being around us all the time, I do believe it's true. And I'm going to share with you tonight how I've created some and how some other folks create some opportunities. Maybe they'll uncover some opportunities for you as well too, some things that you can do. First and foremost, I'm a resident of Livingston County. I've been a lifer. If other of you are lifers out there, let me hear it. Livingston County is awesome. I mean, it really is. Livingston County. Yeah. I think it's the jewel of Michigan. I love Michigan. I love all 4 seasons of Michigan. I see something to treasure in each one of them. So I am a true Michigan person. What do they call us? Michiganders. Got 2 children and I live in the city of Howell. I'm a small business entrepreneur. I've been doing business in Brighton and in Ann Arbor doing CaerusNet for the last 5 years. And what I do is I have a small business referral team system that I run where I teach professionals how to leverage their local relationships in their local communities that are going to be conducive to referrals coming back to them. So they're on the minds of other professionals and they're making a difference. But this just didn't come out of me overnight, right? Nothing that happens that's successful for somebody is an overnight success, right? Have you ever heard that phrase, most overnight successes are 10 years in the making? Have you ever heard that? It's true. Most overnight successes have worked hard at it for years and years and stayed focused and focused and focused. I used to be a mortgage person. I used to own a mortgage company. I see like title and mortgage people all over there, so I can feel. And I also worked with home builders and homeowners. I believe in homeowners associations. Having a conduit that speaks your own language, that's there looking out for your interest and introducing you to other industries and other parties is essential for you to be successful. So think well of yourself for being involved in this and take advantage of the types of things that this organization has to offer. When I was in mortgages, the one thing I loved doing was helping people. The one thing I didn't care for was mortgages. I give those mortgage people tons of credit. You guys have stomachs of rocks, not me. I'm a wimp. I'm a total wimp. But when I decided mortgages weren't for me, I did a lot of searching, like a lot of folks have in life. Who has a definition of success that you like? I mean, when you think of the word success, what do you think of? Anyone? What is success to you?
Happy.
You're happy, okay. Any other ideas? Any other?
Living the life you want to live.
Living the life you want to live. That's a great one. That's a great one. For some people, it's having gigantor house, financially set, right? Name on a magazine, all these accomplishments and other things. But John Maxwell, who's a wonderful leader and authority on leadership himself, has a definition of success that I've taken to heart. And success is knowing your purpose in life, growing to reach your true potential, and sowing seeds that help others. And when I was doing mortgages, I was a big-time networker. I learned how to do it. I learned how to help people by giving them good referrals. And as a result, I never had to go out and sell mortgages. My phone was ringing for people that wanted those. All I was doing was really getting to know my clients and making myself available to introduce them to other people that I knew, brought other people into the picture. So this definition of success is really important to me. John Maxwell, like many other authors, any of you that read self-improvement, They're like these mentors from afar. They've achieved big pinnacles of success, and they're sharing all this information with you in books, but they're mentors from afar. I just can't talk to him when I have questions, right? I've got to read again. This gentleman, his name is Gino Wickman. He's local in Michigan. He is a business coach that works with very big companies, helping them turn companies around, bring in the right people, become more successful, pulse towards their vision, and his accomplishments are amazing. And I had the pleasure of working with him for 1 year to learn about business and what's really important in business. And we all know that in business, it's what? 4 things you have to be good at. Sales and marketing, right? Those are like important. Operations, that you can deliver what you say you're going to deliver. And finance, your business makes financial sense to be in, right? You've got to be good at all those, or else you're not going to work your business. The area that I've gravitated to is marketing. I love marketing, especially something called relationship marketing. We hear of a word called networking, right? You hear that word networking. I'm going to go to a networking event. So it's awkward for a lot of people. They walk in, they don't know who to talk to, they gravitate to the same people that they know. A lot of times people go to networking events, Chamber of Commerce events, other events, and they walk out with a lot of cards, people that they've met. And over the course of a year, those cards get added to other cards wrapped up in a rubber band, right? They get stuck in a drawer. You close the drawer, pull it back out about 6 months, a year later when you need to clean your desk out, and you go, oh, right in the trash. That's not really productive networking, right? When you do networking at an event like this or anywhere, you need to have a purpose. Who is it you want to meet? And then when you meet them, how are you going to stay in touch with them? How are you going to stay in touch with those people? Because you have to. I want to share a fast story with you. When I was opening up my mortgage office, I had a lot of needs. We were moving into a brand new office. Has anybody done that before? Moved into a new office? Anyone here? Nobody? You're lucky. Oh, you have? Oh, thank you for saving me. It's not fun, is it? It's not fun at all. There's lots of needs when you switch offices. Everything from changing your phone service to letterhead, you name it. It's all there. And when I was moving into my mortgage office, we knew that we needed to have a really great copy machine because paper is the mortgage industry. Every time I got a ream of paper, I knew that was new business coming, right? Mortgages, it's paper. So copier's essential. We had a couple quotes from some out of the area vendors that were given to us. And then this one gentleman walks in from a company that's been in Brighton for a long time at the time called American Imaging. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of them. There was a gentleman there, his name's Michael Oink, O-I-N-K. It's a real name, Oink. And he was referred to us through somebody that we had met in town. He says, well, here's a local guy that does it. So this gentleman comes in, Michael Oink, and his quote was good. His copier was a good copier. It did all the things we wanted it to do. And he said, and Steve, I'm local too. So as your mortgage company grows and you move, and we need to move your copier for you, we'll calibrate it, we'll do it all at no cost. We're here for the long haul with you. I'm like, man, that sounds great. And they did do those things for me. But the thing that Mike did for me that really made a huge impression was this. He said, Steve, I want to be more to you than you might just think of as a copy salesperson. I can tell you have a lot of things going on around your office right now. You guys are busy. People are moving stuff around. You got lots of things going on. What else can I help you check off that list? What other things do you have going on? I know they're not going to be related to copiers, but what else do you need? I said, well, Mike, actually, our computers are being delivered tomorrow. They need to get networked. We need letterhead, stationery, envelopes, all of that. And he goes, hold on one second. And he reaches into this bag that he carries with him and he pulls out a business card portfolio that looks like this. And he thumbs through it and I'm thinking, wow, this guy's got this big thing of business cards. He's pretty connected. He knows lots of people in the area. He could be somebody good to know too, aside from just my copy person. So he flips through here and he goes, I'm going to give you 2 cards. One is to Joe at Computers Complete. Call him, tell him Mike sent you. And he'll get your network up and running once your computers are delivered. And you go see Mike Luker over at Singer Press, which I think is now a bar. But he goes, you go see Mike Singer over at Luker Press, and he'll do your letterhead, he'll do your envelopes, and you tell him Michael Oink sent you. And guess what? They took great care of me. They were happy to see me. I would go in and they go, oh, that Mike, man, he knows everybody. He takes care of everybody. I'd never use another copy person again because he became more than just a copy person to me. And he checked back in other times, introduced us to some other folks. I didn't know what he was doing with solidifying his own future by making all these introductions to these other business people. I didn't realize that he was doing this with all of his clients, having this conversation of the wanting to be more to them than what they might expect from a copy salesman. And it kind of blew my mind. I said to Mike, what do I have to do to be the mortgage card carried in your portfolio? Right? Because I don't want to be that card that's wrapped up in a rubber band stuck in a desk to never be seen again. I want to be the card carried in his portfolio. Okay, so I think that's the real important stuff. I think that we have to be sure that we make ourselves available to our clients in ways that they're not expecting. So what I'm going to share with you throughout the rest of this is information that I actually teach my clients about ways that they can create advocates. We're all in different fields. Some of us are B2B, right? We're truly B2B. We're never going to deal with a personal individual. It's always going to be B2B. Some of us are B2C as well too. But relationships are always the same. Relationships are always the same. One of the ways that there's a report that was published a while ago in Entrepreneur magazine, and you'll find these reports everywhere. If you Google the topic networking in business, networking events, things of that nature, all these magazines will tell you how important it is to get out there and make relationships with other professionals, to get out there and get involved in things. It is important. It is important, but then how do you do it? How do you get successful at it? And what types of organizations are out there? So just a real quick rundown, according to my view, you have an organization like the Home Builders Association, specifically narrowly focused on the home building industry, being a conduit for its members, both in education and in networking and putting people in trades together to hope that they might give each other opportunities to work together and grow something special together. So that's a beautiful thing. In a lot of industries that don't, I don't think there's a copier industry, copier professional support industry. I don't think there's one for massage therapists. There's certainly not one for website designers or videographers or motivational speakers. Okay, so these people, to look for business, have to go other places. Some places that they go are chambers of commerce, right? Chambers of commerce also introduce businesses to the community. They're also a civic organization. They're not designed to build referrals for you, although you will meet people there. And you'll have lots of opportunities to meet other businesses. Still up to you to make that individual relationship. And then there are what are called referral groups. Who's ever heard of one of those before? A referral group. Raise your hand. Okay, good. What have you heard of a referral group? Have you heard of the names, any types of referral groups? BNI. Thank you. Okay, so the real quick thing on BNI, if you've heard of BNI before, because now what we're talking about, and this is just so you understand the scope of what's available to you as business owners or professionals who also probably wear a lot of hats, right? You probably do operations in your business, perform the task of your business, but might also be the marketer for your business and other things. So you wear lots of hats, you need to understand the playing field. BNI is what's called a member-run referral group, and they proved a point to the world, and that's the professionals need to have alliances with other professionals to grow their businesses at the local level. You can't hide from people at the local level. Advertising you can hide behind. And advertising doesn't really take a lot out of you internally. Advertising is simply putting a message on something and hoping people see it and will respond to you. But I haven't heard, in large part, great results with advertising through a lot of people. They say they throw a lot of money at that machine and not much comes back. So then you got to go to real targeted stuff, maybe buying leads, pre-scrubbed stuff, all sorts of things. That's no fun. Cold calling, for a lot of people, they hate it. They want relationships. They want people to be referred to them. Referral organizations, that's what they cater to. And BNI is a structured organization. They prove the point, again, that people need that sort of activity, but it's got to work well. What I offer is a facilitated referral group. So what I do is something that's new. I learned how to do what I do when I was a mortgage person through BNI. I belonged to chambers. I did all sorts of networking. And what I offer now is a facilitated referral group. So it's a little different than a BNI, and that nobody's ever asked to be an officer or sit on a committee. They're fast 1-hour meetings, and I have one from each profession in my group. So a photographer, a mortgage person, a website designer, a massage therapist, and I take all these professionals who don't have a darn thing to do with each other. And I teach them how to become something to each other and how to learn how to do this. So it's important. 10 ways you can create advocates. Be available. Be available. When people want you, respond quickly. Okay? Walk the walk. Any promises or claims that you make, things that you say you're going to do, is common sense stuff. Do the things you say you're going to do. Advocates, do you know what the definition of an advocate is? People talk about wanting to have advocates. An advocate is actually, it's like a verb, it's an action. An advocate is to speak, plead, or beg on behalf of someone or something. So it's when you know somebody needs something and you go, wait, have you thought of this? Or here's someone I know. That's an advocate. So ways to create them is also learn to connect personally with people. You're going to see them about business. Slow down just a little bit. Get to know them personally. Share a little bit about yourself, how you got to do what you do. Refer to others. Bring other people into your world. It's great that we all want people to refer to us, right? But we have to be able to give to other people and connect people together. Who's ever heard of over-delivering? Do you know most people like way under-deliver big time? When you over-deliver is when everything you give them is exactly like what you said, but then there's like this little extra they weren't expecting. And that's the one thing they're always going to remember too. So always give people something a little bit extra. And it could be intellectual, it could be information, or it could be a gift. Okay, but that's really important for you to create advocates. Stay connected to people you meet. Attorneys are so horrible at this. They're horrible at it. They get calls all the time from people. Hey, this is my situation. Can you help me? And they go, oh, I don't think I really can. Or maybe I can, maybe I can't. But sometimes they provide free counsel. Maybe it's not going to go anywhere, but they made a contact. If they don't follow up on that contact or stay in front of that person, then they let all that goodwill go for nothing. So when you help people, stay in touch with them. If it's a marketing email, if it's something in the mail, whatever it might be, stay in touch with your clients. Paint the picture of what it likes to work with you. If you've got business partners or people that you're doing referral relationships with, they need to know what the client experience is like with you. How are you different? What's your unique proposition? How are you different? They need to know those things. Last 3 things you do is share your why. This creates advocates. All of us arrive at what we're doing for different reasons. Okay, for most of us, it's not always the apparent reason, but share your why. Who's ever also heard of this? What's the number one thing they tell you to do in sales school if you want something in sales? What do? You ask. That's right. So as you're getting to meet other professionals and you get to know them, if you do believe this is somebody that you could like to have a relationship with, simply say to them, I will be kind of on the lookout for you. As opportunities come up for me, I'll be thinking of you and I'll try to generate business for you. I hope you're comfortable enough with me that you might do the same. Let's see where this goes. It's really fun to see what happens. Not every relationship you're going to make is going to result in something, but the ones that do can be those difference makers every single year. Okay, so I just wanted to share with you one other thing before we close. How much time do we have? I'm doing a horrible job keeping track of time, and I can talk forever. Okay. Are we all right? How long have I gone for?
Oh, a good solid 20 minutes.
Have I? Okay, so I'm going to wrap up here real quick. So I wanted to share one other thing with you. I'm like a referral coach. So in addition to running my groups, all of my information's right here. If you ever want to talk with me about making yourself referable or doing other things or other ideas that I might have or people that I can connect you to, that's what I'm a conduit for too. I'm here to help people. That's what I like to do. I trade cards with people all the time, but I want to share with you one activity that I have my clients do that creates opportunities. And this is where I'll leave it today, is this idea of creating opportunities. You know, if we're just sitting underneath an apple tree, and the only time we can eat, we're sitting under this apple tree and our hands are cupped like this. And the only time we can ever eat is when an apple falls directly into our hands. It might be a while in between meals, right? Tummy's going to start getting grumbly. However, we do see those apples kind of falling a little further than us. And we know that if we can just move just a little bit and grab that other apple that's falling a little further from us, now we can eat a little bit faster, a little bit more. We might even be able to share some food. And when we get really good at creating opportunities, it's like shaking a tree. Apples all over the place falling around. We're taking some for ourselves, passing some to others. So this is a story of creating opportunities. We were looking for a website designer in one of our groups in Ann Arbor. I only have one per profession in my groups. There's no competition there. You know, if you're the website designer in the group, you're going to get all the referrals for that, if people want to refer you. But often we don't know one. We don't know of a website designer in Ann Arbor, so what do? Just sit there and hope for one? Hope one finds us? It'll never happen that way. So what we do is we go to other people that we know in the area, other people that have been in business for a while that we know on a first name basis. We go, hey, Jeff, hey, I'm looking for a good website designer. Do you happen to know of one? And Jeff says, oh my gosh, Steve, I wanted to kill my last website designer. Just horrible. I'll never do that again. Well, if I did, I certainly probably wouldn't spend what I spent to get nothing, but no, I don't know a good one. All right, well, thanks anyways. So we go to another one. Hey, do you know of a good website designer? No, but we're just getting ready to start a brand new project and it's going to be web-based. We need a website designer. We're looking for one too. Oh, okay, thanks. Then you go to your third friend. Hey, I'm looking for a good website designer. Do you know one? Well, absolutely I do. I've got a great one. This person was with me through the entire process of building the website, has me totally socially integrated with Facebook and Twitter and all the things that I need to be successful, and we're checking in every 6 months to be sure we're on plan for the next phase. This guy is so far ahead of the curve. He's awesome. I would never go anywhere else. Ding, 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 ding. Whoa. So now we call that website designer. Hi, my name's Steve Zyskowski, and you were just referred to me, probably the greatest referral endorsement I've ever heard, from John Smith, who owns ABC Plumbing in Ann Arbor. He said that you were the best, the absolute best at what you do. I'm also a business owner in the area, and I belong to a local business group that's looking for someone that does what you do, digital marketing, to pass all of our referrals to. Could I give you some information about our group and have you come attend? So this person came and attended. It was all created out of that. They came and attended, loved the group, loved the idea, is joining, and here's the fun thing. The person that got him there already has his first 2 referrals to give that one from the one disgruntled person who hates their website designer and the one that's looking for one for their next project. So how can you create opportunities out of thin air? It's by smart conversations that you have with people. Thank you very much for giving me today's time for this and your attention today. If I can ever be of help to you, please leverage me. I love helping people, and have a blessed evening and a safe drive home. Thank you.